Shalom, shalom, this is Kapalia, aka Pops, at GMS Chicago. Brief sit down. Basically, showing you that trying to follow a woman's lead or whatever case might be can be foolhardy or whatever. Okay? And the reason I say that is because you have the instances in these situations, especially here in this matriarchy in America, where they big up the woman and downplay the man, especially as the Israelite community. That it shows you that this thing, hold on, that this thing and how it works is folly, and they big up and compass a man, which is actually the scripture I hadn't thought of, but I'm gonna put that in there as well uh, about that. A new thing where a shall compass a man. So let me get that scripture first, and then I'm shall show you some things real quick as far as scriptures, briefly based off of this, is because you see it says women, and there's a big difference. But let me go and do this, and I'm gonna come back to it. Compass a man. This is Jeremiah 31:22. Okay. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Talking about the nation of Israel. For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Now, Jeremiah 31:22, actually that just means to go around, but I'm going to prove that point real quick just so you can see it. Jeremiah 31:22. Jeremiah 31, go down to verse 22. Okay? Pass a man, pull that up. How long wilt thou go about, O daughter backsliding? For hath created Yahweh a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass. Compass.
Strong's H 5437. Savav. Savav.
Zabab. Okay. Look, pull it up. Okay. See, like I said, all these sounds and whatnot that you see, it isn't actually that. It's give me a second here. Let me take a quick second. I should be able to just read that off top, but give me 1 second. Oh boy. Is that a Syrian? Let me see what we got here. So what is that? Ba, what's that last one? Let's see. So, and at the end, what are we looking at? That's it. Let me see. Let me see. Last. So Sabah, Sabah, Sabab, Sabab. Okay, yeah, Sabah. Okay, yeah. So it ain't a. So let's see what it says again. It's Sabah.
Strong's H 5437. Savav.
Yeah.
Savav.
No, Sabah. Okay, you still actually pronounce it Sabah. All right, but basically it goes here. To let's go down, turn around, do the march around, circle about. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna light up. I'm gonna light it up. See if I can get it to light up. Cause to go around. To cause to go around. To go around a man's authority. Okay, basically, real quick, to go around a man's authority. Okay, so you can set this up, and since the word I'm bought into it, you got these scenarios here. Now let me go back here real quick and make this real quick. Okay, let's see if it's gonna come back. There you go. All right then. She stepped on him. Let's go back and look at it again. That was an accidental clashing. They was both going for the ball. They ran into her. Nothing was intent on either one's behalf, but a teammate did what? Stepped on her. She blew her knee out. Blew her knee out. Watch this. The opponent came up, kicked it to her teammate. Her teammate made the score anyway. So she's injured. See that? That's the opposite team. That's the opposite team. This guy, let's back that up just a little bit so you can see it. One more time. Blue opponent is down. Hold on, man. Okay, relax, relax. Basically, he grabbed the ball. Relax. This guy is hurt. Let's check this out. We don't play like this. We don't get down like this. He saved old boy from landing on his neck. There it is, the yellow team. The goalie is the one in the blue on the ground. The red, this, that, and other. He got hit somehow, got hurt. Oh boy, like, man, I ain't gonna take a cheap shot. T-33 from landing. I'm gonna put some scriptures real quick to this. It's just the moral character that is being brought out here, and this is supposed to be sports. And it's funny because it don't say sports womanship. It says sportsmanship. Okay, there's a reason behind that. Put a couple scriptures on this though. Call it a day quick. Okay. Let's go to Sirach. Go pull a couple out of these. 26 and 6. Start at 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth all. But the grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. These women, they instead of and funny thing, women that get dressed up and go out, and you think that they dressing up for the men. No, they dressing up to compete against other women out there. Okay, and you'll hear them talking about each other in the bathrooms and shit like that, and they talk about how this broad is this or that broad is that. It used to be real prominent. I'm 62 years old. It used to be real prominent and whatnot. Now, I mean, back when I was younger and whatnot. Now, I don't know I don't go out like that, so, and I don't get a chance to hear those conversations. And like I said, and I'm not out here dating like that and have women that said that they heard this or heard that in the bathroom. These females was talking about that female and blah, 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 blah. So I don't get a chance. I don't even run in them circles like that anymore. But yeah, it used to be that they was catcalling and calling each other out and this, that, and the other, saying all kinds of foul shit and whatnot behind their back. Okay. I'm gonna jump down to verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Okay, so the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. So I give you a perfect example. I have experienced this still at my age. I'm walking down the street, or like I said, when I'm out at the job, I'm walking in the airport, and a female cut her eyes looking at me, and I cut my eyes to look at a dude. I'm looking at I'm trying to make eye contact with him and whatnot. Because I don't want him to think he's going to see me looking at his woman on that level. That's his woman. I'm not interested in her for no reason. And since I'm looking around and she's trying to make eye contact with me, when she tried to make eye contact with me, I cut my eyes directly, quickly to the guy and whatnot, because he's oblivious to what it is that she's going on, or what's going on. And I can see, you got your peripheral, so while I'm looking at his eyes, or whatever the case might be, looking for his acknowledgement as far as his look or whatever the case might be, I can see her still trying to make eye contact with me in the process of. So I done broke the contact and whatnot, like your girl out here foul and whatnot, and this, that, and the other. So, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay? So I'm going to put a couple more scriptures on this and call it a day. Let me see. This is Sirach 26. I don't know why this thing make me go all the way back out again. Sirach 37 and 11. Sirach 37 and 11. Neither consult with the woman touching of her whom she is jealous. And that's all I'm going to take. Okay, because this goes through a bunch of things as to who you're not supposed to try to get counsel from or whatever the case might be. So neither consult with the woman touching of her whom she is jealous. Okay, so don't you can't try to interact with a female about a female, especially if she's jealous of that female. And this is what you saw here. It wasn't sportsmanship among the females, okay? Because they don't have it at all on no level. One more, because they deprived of wisdom. They don't have it. And I'm going to get that scripture now that I mentioned it. Let's see. I'm going to get that one since I mentioned it. Let me see what we got here real quick. I don't know why it makes me come out every one, but it is what it is. Maybe I just don't know how to work it well enough yet. Okay, Sirach 31 and 13. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing. Okay, and what is created more wicked than the eye, therefore it weepeth upon every occasion. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing, and what is created more wicked than an eye. Well, like I said, women be cutting at each other, doing this, doing that. Men too, and I'm not doing that, but I'm just showing you because it was just something that was a contrast that was in that video, and it's like, yeah, well, people are cutthroat, and that's why the scripture says that the love of many shall wax cold in these last days. So that's the prophecy that made me focus that in the first place. The love of many shall wax cold. So we in these last days where the love is waxing cold here. Let me get that and let that come up. And that's the focus of the whole thing. It just made that show up. Wax, COLD. Matthew 24 and 12. I'm gonna start it up. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. You got these out here, even in Israel. I IUIC, Apostle Gabar just did a sit down on him. We're making $7.5 million a year now, and this, that, and other. So he obviously doesn't want this kingdom to end. He done found his niche in here, and even though it's crumbs as opposed to the Rothschilds, to him he's rich. He can go. He's got a millionaire lifestyle. He can go buy whatever car it is that he thinks he wants within range or whatever. He can buy better cars than I can look at or think about or whatever the case might be. But it don't matter because all this shit is getting ready to come to an end anyway. So this shit don't mean nothing to me. And I wouldn't want this shit on this side anyway. Like I said, because the scripture says that it's hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay. But 12, but because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Them females was out there playing them different games of soccer and all this other kind of stuff, soccer and whatnot. And guess what? All they thinking about is the win. They want to win so that they can be a champion. They can be a champion so they can command more money. That's what that's about. It's not about sportsmanship because sportsmanship, you don't step on somebody. Sportsmanship, you don't try to beat them while they're at their low end or whatever the case might be. And this, that, and the other. It is what it is. Oh, okay. So, like I said, so the love of many is waxing cold in this place, and that's what that that's what that clip made me think about. That the love of many is waxing cold, and that women are treacherous as hell in the process, but the world is treacherous because it was set up, especially following America and this matriarchy, that it is a cold blood world, and they split up the Israelite and made his woman not need him, and this, that, and other. So it split us up to create the division that they needed to, so they could separate us and make us come against each other. And so, but it's all in the name of Yahweh Bashem Hawashai anyway, because that was his game plan, so he could show this wickedness so that when we get rulership, we'll understand it and see it. So with that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh Bashem Hawashai, Bashem Kakodash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York. Again, I want to send double honors because they do real well for the brethren around the world, pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and interaction with people on the planet, declaring warning salutations. Hopefully, elect, I hope that's quick and edifying, and for the two-thirds Israelites and 17 other nations who are in the midst of Jacob's trouble, is only going to get worse until you all are bar for bar.